In business school, we talk a lot about branding as it relates to a business, not a startup. This panel will help entrepreneurs start to think about the importance of branding while founding your company.
Do you have any thoughts on the intersection of branding and storytelling and how one may play off another, or where do you even start?
The best stories are a reflection of the personality of your brand. And you hear the word transparency thrown around a lot when you talk about things like social media marketing. And I think all we're talking about when we talk about transparency is that, again, you have an idea of what your brand is, the stories that you tell that are tied to your brand are consistent with what that brand represents, and that you're telling the same story, whether it's a customer service rep that's answering the phone for you, whether it's you talking to somebody who you want to invest in your company, whether it's somebody who you ask on the street, what does this brand mean to you when you say the name? You want all those things to be consistent.
If you're doing your product right or your company correctly, then it kind of flows together. But at the same time, startups, don't focus too much on branding until it's relevant. Don't waste all your money into it yet. If you get funded, don't burn all your cash flow on the website. Don't burn all your cash flow on t-shirts. Make sure you have the core down before you start focusing too much on their brand.
Branding, which falls under marketing, is one dimension of running a business. There's also the technology side of things and how well you understand that and how well you're running that. There's also the operational side of things like customer service and how well you're doing those kinds of things. And so you really need to focus, I think, as a startup on all those different aspects. You can't rely on the fact that you're only good in one area to drive what your company's doing. Whether you're good in one area or all areas, you sort of have to be good in everything as a startup, even with a small number of people, to be effective as a company.
And there's a lot of free tools out there. You can type in, coffee, or you can type in construction or something. Are those good tools to go out and kind of keep your finger on the pulse of the marketplace, or are there other resources, paid or free, that you can think of?
I think those are platforms created locally like Social Radar, if it's Google Analytics. Understanding the sentiment around a brand is key to getting sort of a thumbnail view of where you stand from a perception perspective. Now that said, I wouldn't then go out and blow 80% of your budget on following up on that. That's one component of what you need to be doing overall. But things like some of the free tools are really good ways to get a really quick snapshot view of where things stand.